Welcome to Wax Wednesday, everyone. I'm your host, Darrick Ramos, and today we're coming to you from Noriega Records here in Riverside, California. We're about to sit down for an interview with store owner Mike Noriega to discuss all things vinyl and how he became a record store owner. And then afterwards, I'm gonna do a bit of digging, pick up some records, and take the vinyl that I find here today back to our guest producer, Heavily Medicated Beats, who's gonna cook up a beat with them. So stay tuned because that's all coming up on today's episode of Wax Wednesday. Now play the theme. Welcome to Noriega Records. Come on in. My name is Mike Noriega. I own Noriega Records. One of the first records I bought was a Double Dutch Bus. It was by Frankie Smith. Obviously, you walk into a record store and you ask him what kind of record are you looking for. But I told him straight up, Double Dutch Bus, and the guy came out like, there's a 45, and just to get that in your hands, like, wow, And then it's been like that ever since, Got into DJing and was spinning at different nightclubs in LA. I grew up in LA, I grew up in East LA. I was between the ages of 15 and 19 years old, spinning at different places and DJing, trying to make a go of that. And then I started working for a company called Good Rockin' Tonight, where I was their chief buyer, picking up vinyl. So I learned a lot. I adapted. It was an auction house. And learned, how to buy a record, what's it worth. And one day I decided to open a shop, and here we are, Noriega Records. And we're open for business. Noriega Records obviously is my father's last name and my surname, so I've been using that since the beginning. Mike Noriega. I'm big into soul music. A lot of people are into everything. My main collecting habits have started in doo-wop. Got into soul probably about 88, 87. By 1990, 91, I was collecting 45s, pretty heavy, and most of the stuff I sing or songwrite or produce is soul and R&B. We like to specialize in collector's records, more rare records than new pressed records, so stuff that's first pressing, stuff that came out back in the day, stuff that was from actual audio tape, reel to reel. We like the original analog sound, so we're more of a specialty store. We try and keep it a good mix, but most of our stuff is older, collectible stuff. It's really cool, like meeting different people. I've met other singers, other producers, other people in my own industry that are looking for vinyl, that are, sick and, demented like myself, trying to collect these little black pieces of tar. But this is our drug, this vinyl is an addiction. People come in, all walks of life are coming into our store, and they really like our store a lot because we're like no other. Everything's priced. I know a lot of record stores, they don't, put prices on this stuff. Some of the stuff's just sitting in bins, but everything's priced for your convenience. With these guys that are sampling music now, I think it keeps the ball rolling. It keeps everything, recognized, because what will happen is you'll get a young kid who will come and say, hey, I know this record, on this hip hop, cut, and what's that song that they're playing? And then they'll want the OG, it keeps everything going. Obviously the older artists, hopefully they're getting paid for their original track. And the sample that's being used, I can see a lot of people are using a lot of the rare soul. I know a lot of these new bands that are coming out now are doing soul. So that's kind of an evolution of keeping the oldies going, and the hip hop guys are sampling their music. So it's great for the community. I think the main reason to come into our store is to be involved in something different that a lot of people don't see anymore. Back in the old days, when you came to a record store, you would walk into it and the record store was there, and then in the back of the record store was a record label. That's basically what we are. So we're different that way, where you come to a real record store and we also have a record label. So that's kind of like something you're never going to experience again. Most of the old record stores are gone. We try and go back to what's the OG, original style is record label, record store. We're only closed Sunday and Monday. We're open every day. After that, during the week, we're 12 to 6 or 11 to 7 on the weekends. So Friday and Saturday, 11 to 7.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that interview with Mike Noriega. We definitely recommend that when you guys are here in Riverside, California, you come check out Noriega Records and see what they have to offer, as we're about to do right now. We're just gonna go digging, man. Actually, what caught my eye earlier was this hippie psychedelic section. They definitely got a lot of records down here at Noriega Records for sure.
This is that Ron Crowder record. This is a Chicano national anthem, like in Riverside and California, like everybody, especially in LA.
Yeah.
This was an LA record. It was done on Bad Boys Records originally.
Okay.
With Ron Crowder. He's a songwriter and singer. It's a 40-year anniversary record that we did with him.
Yeah.
40 years from the date, from May in '81 till last year, 2 years ago, 2021.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. So I'll have you guys sample this one.
All right. There we go. We got 45, Tonight's the Night, from Mike Noriega himself on Noriega Records. It's a 45. Don't Ever Break My Heart, Ron Crowder and the Rollers. So we're gonna take this one for sure. Oh, we got our boy Fonzie right here. Happy Days. Fonzie favorites. So these are like favorites, I guess, of Fonzie. So you got like Fonzie's personal like playlist from Happy Days right here. I kind of want to just take it just for like Fonzie on the cover himself. I think I'm gonna have to do that. Sealed too, still sealed. All right, everyone, so I went ahead and picked out a handful of records here at Noriega Records. I highly recommend that if you're in Riverside, California, or really just the Inland Empire area in general, to come down and see what Noriega Records has to offer. They have vinyl, collectibles, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and go back to the lab. I'm gonna curate some samples, and we'll be right back with our guest producer, Heavily Medicated Beats, who's gonna cook up a beat. So stay tuned.
My producer name is Heavily Medicated Beats, and I've been on Wax Wednesday from the very first season. So this will be the third time that I'm doing a producer segment. Lately, I've been starting off with the drums, so I'm just gonna kind of keep that rocking. And my tempo's really been low too, honestly. Like it's weird. I have no like, it's either really slow or really high. Like I've been in the 150s, 160s BPM, but I'm also in like 84. Never really in like the 190s or anything like that. 87. Kind of get myself started with like kind of, sometimes I just keep like the drums like that, you know, but really after I'll kind of go in through spice it up. And then I'm gonna we're gonna find a sample right now. Really like this vibe. I'm just gonna chop up. Yeah, man, we're just gonna rock with that right there, man, off top. That just comes to me, speaks to me, so we're gonna see what that sounds like. I just off the top. And I won't even lie, sometimes my finger will like miss like a square and I'll like accidentally hit one and it just sounds super fire and I'll just end up, you know, putting that in there. But I think that's cool. I think we're gonna rock with something like that, man. What speaks to me, I feel like as far as like sounds and stuff, man, I'm a very like kind of calm, relaxed vibe. I don't really like nothing like too like crazy fast, you know, so the tempo kind of already has to be like a little on the low side, you know. So but even if I catch a sample that's a little fast, if you mess with the octave, you know, I can figure it out, you know, that way. But yeah, just like more like cruising type stuff, man, like just something more calm, relaxing. Samples, I like that chill vibe, man. Yeah, did he look through the window? Nah. Damn, that mean I ain't thumping hard enough. I said, did he look disappointed almost that that guy didn't look in the, or that person didn't look through the window. But it's all good. We gonna fucking get it cracking right now. But we can lace that first one. Okay, now we're gonna switch it up. Okay. It's crazy, like with every chop, you still hear the constant. You know, the hi-hats, I'm a big hi-hat person, so, or percussion, you know, all that good stuff. I like all that background noise. So that shit's dope. I like that. I still got my little hi-hat going in the back right there. Sampling is not easy either, you know? So definitely, you know, like I really didn't know how to chop a beat, get down like that, you know? So sampling too, you know, you kind of just venture, you know, your sounds are all over the place, you know, they're low, high, you know, mid. I definitely like to incorporate my own stuff with samples. I definitely like add my own flair. I feel like if you're just sampling and just using the sample just itself, like that's cool for some songs, you know, if you're going for that. But if you can just add that little spice, I think that really like separates you from a lot of producers out here. Right there, I kind of like that one. Love me, love me, love me. There it is, yeah, I like that, man. Love me, love me, love me. There was some pretty good samples that I heard, but it was this Tonight's Tonight, Ron Crowder and the Rolas. This one's it's really fire right here. this one just kind of spoke to me. Like I say, you know, I'm like more chill type vibe, you know. And if you hear this record, like other than the beat, you know, that I made, it's a chill, it's super fire record. The intro is where I pulled from, but keep listening to some songs because you can't find stuff that's in the middle and super fire, man. Noriega Records actually pressed that as well. So that's something very special too, man, because I actually went to the shop as well. And this beat on this episode, man, I feel is super great. It's one of my best latest work, you know, because I've been working really hard on my beats lately, just trying to like change things up a little bit. And I performed that like today too, you know, so things that, you know, you see now are maybe things I didn't do like on season 1. I could feel the growth, you know, in myself. I really liked it, man. Like all the samples I had today were like super fire, man. Like Noriega Records, man, Tonight's the Night. This one, this record, super fire. I liked it. I feel like every time I do make a beat on here, it's always like the vibe, you know, that I go for. So, you know, all the samples that I get, just, you know, I make it happen, man. And I have a fun time on the show.